4 years into our marriage, I uncovered her secrets. Part 2. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. As I said, an offer of an open relationship which she declined with tears was an opportunity for her to play the field, but in order to keep getting me to ditch my prospects, she selfishly lied, and I have been transparent the entire way throughout and completely faithful. 4 years later and she's doing exactly what my ex did to me and what she said her ex did to her and that she would never do to me, freeload. I have pushed and she hasn't made the slightest attempt to learn what's needed. She gets immediately disinterested when I bring up computers just like my ex, and it turns out she has no aspirations to further her career or abilities. Feels great to be on the hook again. When I bring it up she gets super defensive and starts a fight because I'm comparing her to my ex. She is now sober but is most definitely an alcoholic, now self-admittedly after many major episodes, and turns into a different person completely when drunk. She has a long past with alcohol problems as it turns out, which she intentionally hid from me. Nasty, mean, violent. Even got herself Baker acted again, and I was arrested after she punched me in the face because I grabbed her phone to show her proof that she was cheating. Unfortunately my reaction to being punched in the face wasn't as pretty as I thought it would have been. This is something I am not proud of. I tried to break it off at that point, but then she told me she was pregnant immediately after because while she was Baker acted, they tested her and she was telling the truth, so I started over, fresh slate. She also said she wouldn't drop the charges unless I stayed with her. At this point I had no option but to agree with charges hanging over my head. Her ex dumped her, not the other way around, because she went crazy and got herself Baker acted. He left because of mistrust and she cheated on him with people from Tinder, right before meeting me. Turns out she was talking to me while still dating her ex of 5 years. She had zero time between that and our relationship. I came to find out she was with 3 people, that I could prove, when we met and continued dating while with me months into the relationship. She was very good at getting away with it since I didn't even suspect it, even with my insecurities. She had sex with one of them, was talking to me while she had plans to marry her ex in just months from when we met, along with 3 randoms from Tinder. She also denies doing anything but going to dinner with the last one I could prove, which happened within days of my birthday. Her story is they met up at a restaurant but she never even kissed him that night, even though they already had sex several times, which I obviously don't believe at all. It's more of an insult to my intelligence and further made this worse. She hasn't had a job since then and now she has our daughter, so it's understandable. But she has now dropped school for her computer science degree. And despite begging her to get a part-time remote job, she hasn't even scratched the surface of a real effort to gain employment. She is constantly on her phone, which is opposite of how she was when I met her. I checked her FB again recently and found additional hurtful, misleading information which she has told me the exact opposite as of yesterday. She said she's a simple girl when we first met. Now she's buying designer bags and clothes, etc. Which doesn't bother me aside from it being a change in behavior. I spend more on myself than she does on herself, self-gifting? Haha, for instance. She has proven she is 3 out of 3 of my worst fears come true, yet she's amazing every other way possible. Besides the fact that even before the baby she sleeps all day unless she absolutely has to do something, and she struggles to keep the house up in general. But that's not what love is about, and I can live with that. Now we are married with a child and I am upset at her, but mostly with myself. I need advice, please help. She has many great qualities, but it's hard to get over some of what I read after everything else. She said if I ever wanted to go check on her to feel free, so I searched her on my own phone and account and found some bad stuff. Now she's mad at me because of it somehow, even though she encouraged me to look because she has nothing to hide. And I am at my wit's end with feeling misled and really starting to question who she is inside versus what she pretends to be. Now she's mad at me because she says I'm crazy and looking for problems. Also, she has been sober for a while since her last incident. She has been taking care of 2 of my children as if they were her own, who are from my last non-marital relationship prior to being with my ex, and some other Tinder people prior to her. But never anything close to overlapping when we engaged in an exclusive relationship and before she struck down the offer to be in an open relationship. I kissed my ex, who I had my first 2 children with, and I let her know without her having to ask. She is also brilliant and passionate in many ways. I also am not even sure if I can handle all 3 kids to myself with them home from school half the time plus a full-time position without her help. It's for reasons like this that I am unsure of the right move. Last night she erased Facebook, finally, But only after getting caught with a lie and misleading me again, a past situation she decided to withhold, and started a new one without the provocative deceitful stuff all over the place. Yet when it came up originally, her and her mother blamed it on me looking for problems and to ignore what happened in the past like I have some erase button. I respect her family more than her in this way, plus she threatened suicide if divorced when some details emerged with no denial possible and got Baker acted by her friend. She cried and made it about me being upset instead of her mistake. I can't prove and haven't tried to prove because many things still come up which she lied about at the beginning of our relationship. I have been 100% faithful and still madly in love with her since day one. I know she still withholds the entire truth, and yet her and maybe her mom help her decide what she should be honest about. I need help because right now I can't divorce her for a few reasons. One major one is that I love her and I don't want to raise 3 kids on my own or start them out with a split family. She has not yet been discovered cheating after my birthday the year we met, which was month after demanded an exclusive relationship, and I eventually let that go. 2 days ago I found more lies about her past which I gave her more times than I can count. A fresh slate if she wipes it clean and lets me know whatever she needs to, and she continually said what you found is everything. She's never once approached me with honesty about any dishonesty or being disloyal unless caught with proof detailed in a report with timestamps. And proof always preceding her being all woe is me, and then days or weeks later if I'm lucky she will admit to what she has obviously done. I am a young, attractive, successful software developer in my early 30s and have already started over and went to court with my last relationship, was awarded custody eventually but only due to lawyers and judges. I don't know what to do. Who is she really? It's important to note, I have been 100% faithful since day one until today, but I'm tired of being the nice guy and getting walked all over. Nothing new since our marriage and the months prior. Just her dishonesty, laziness, does not work, complains she can't keep up with our very small housework and has stopped taking care of our many pets. Meanwhile I work 50 to 60 hours per week and bring in far from $100K a year, which she has full access to in our joint account. Please help. Update end. Here are some of the best comments from our community. Have some self-respect, man. This woman has repeatedly shown you from the beginning that she will lie and tell you what you want to hear. She manipulates you to get what she wants, dropping charges, cheats on you, then when she gets caught or your intuition is rightfully pinging, makes you out to be the bad guy. You say she has great qualities, but what are they? You said she is a good mom to your other kids and the one you have together. But then you also said she sleeps all day and is on her phone a lot. That to me suggests she is more negligent than a good parent. How are those good qualities? So let's see. We have lies about being in the hospital. Lies about / regarding her ex. Lies about hooking up. Lies about the content on her phone. She sleeps all day, doesn't work, and is now buying designer clothing on your dime. Made it seem like you two had an active interest to pull you in and then does everything to avoid it, like dropping out. Lies to you about alcohol, even if it's not an active problem at the moment. An alcoholic is an alcoholic for life. Anything I missed? You are destroying yourself trying to make this work. You talk about your insecurity issues, but my dude, you're making those worse by staying with this woman. She is not going to change. If anything, she will lie and say she has, but then prove to you that lying is all she is truly capable of. I'm not sure what you want to hear, but I think you need to hear that this relationship is not sustainable. Have some respect for yourself and your kids who might think this behavior is okay, and friggin' run. Cause the crap is only going to keep piling up. She is only going to keep cheating and making you feel worse about yourself and the situation you are in. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.